Salut Poilu, this is El Pistachio. I am finally back after a unwanted hiatus, but in the time I was gone, I have been offered a wonderful new outfit, one that perfectly covers my stomach. I think I look fabulous now. But yes, let's get serious now. We have some much needed catching up to do. So let's not waste time. Let's press some buttons. This is Will You Press the Button? So, you will possess unmatched charisma, instantly adored by everyone you meet. Oh, hang on, I forgot to start my timer. Whoops, wrong setting. There we go. Okay, where was I? You will possess unmatched charisma, instantly adored by everyone you meet, but you are doomed to a life of financial woes, losing any job paying above minimum wage within a month. Uh, okay, well, let's think long term here. We all know that as of today, which is April 8th, 2025, the market is about to collapse completely, sending the world into a complete land of chaos and looting and pretty much a Mad Max situation. So, right now, my charisma is pretty low. I'm going to be honest with myself. But I am relatively financially stable, which is why I can make time to make these videos. But if you think about it, the job I have right now is not recession proof. Without going into any details, if things get really bad, I'm gonna have to go out the door and return all the equipment I used to work at home. What happens then, what probably going to happen, in my opinion, is that there's going to be a lot of people looting. We're going to go back into feudal times where a lot of warlords getting gangs together and pretty much making everyone's life completely miserable, including mine. Now, if I have a lot of charisma, that will help me stay alive and maybe even form partnerships with the strongest warlords, keeping me well fed, well protected, and that would mean the downside down there is going to be completely irrelevant because there's not going to be any jobs left anyway. I mean, working as a forager for the warlord of the land, it's not really a job, it's just a contract work. You know, kind of like a samurai. So I will go ahead and press this button because why not? Yeah, I mean, I understand because back when this question was made, it was made a month ago, but regardless, I think long term, I'm still happy with my decision. Next one. You will never die painfully. So far, so good. But you have to give yourself an injection every other day. No, I don't like that at all. I have a very low threshold when it comes to pain. And even though I do get myself vaccinated because I am perfectly aware that vaccines are necessary, I still feel a lot of pain every time I go, even if the pharmacist is extremely careful. And right now, my lifestyle is not very dangerous. I don't see myself finding myself in a situation where I would die painfully. So, not worth it. I don't. This essentially having pain every day for a one day where I would not have any pain. It's a terrible trade-off. I'd rather, even if I die painfully, at least every other few hundred days that come until then will be completely painless. There we go. Now I'm thinking like everyone else. Next. There's been a lot of questions about reaching the Great French Plains above lately. This website is getting really morbid. I might think this could be the final episode until things get a little more optimistic in here. So, you die, but your afterlife is you getting to go into your favorite book, video game, TV show, and get to work along with your favorite people as long as you want. Okay, so personally, I think when we reach the end of our journey, that's it. It's the void. You have no consciousness, just the same as before you were born. So no legacy, no paradise. That's it. But so pressing this button essentially guarantees there would be an afterlife. And let's see. I need to think about what my favorite book, video game, and TV show would be. Well, my favorite book. Currently, I think one of my favorite books involves either dinosaurs or aliens. So essentially, this is throwing me into an environment that's pretty hostile. Well, we'll say that one of my favorite books is one of the Asterix comics I'm currently reading. We'll go with that. That seems pretty pleasant, living in a village that's constantly repelling the army, the Roman Legion armies. So, okay. What about video games, though? Favorite video games? That would be Age of Mythology retold right now. So, pretty similar situation. But that means a lot of fighting. Okay, maybe the TV show is more peaceful. What's my favorite TV show right now? Honestly, I haven't watched a lot of television. It's been mostly YouTube. Last I checked, there isn't really much to see on TV right now. I mean, I heard of shows like Game of Thrones, which is, again, another warrior dragon thingy scenario. Apparently, it was decent. Maybe, I think I actually heard it stopped a few years back. I'm really out of touch. Any other TV shows I can think of, aside from The Simpsons? No, not really. You know what? I think the problem is, this is a no-win no matter what. Because all my favorite things in life are pretty dangerous. Like, I mean, all my favorite stories take place in very dangerous times. What am I going to do? This is a toughie today. You know what? I will not. I don't think so. Or, well, yeah, because you know what? Things are pretty good right now. I don't want to say. I wouldn't even have a chance to say goodbye to all the people I care about. So no. Yeah, I'm sure this question is going to haunt me in the future. Okay, you can morph into anything you want, but you can only eat Pop-Tarts. J'aime ça les Pop-Tarts. You know what? Pop-Tarts are delicious. Morph into anything I want. I could turn myself into a cake, then I can just eat myself. Then I won't have to eat a Pop-Tart. Or does that mean I can't eat myself? Why am I asking stupid questions right now? Okay, you know what? Pop-Tarts actually don't take that long to eat either, and they do come in a variety of flavors. So, it won't get too boring, thankfully. And that means quickly, by quickly eating a Pop-Tart, that means I can get back to all the other things I like to do in life, like, you know, recording these lovely videos you're watching right now. And morphing into anything I want does have its advantages. I could turn into Godzilla, not to destroy, of course, but what if other people are making very fun video projects, and I can feature myself in their videos, and they have super cool projects for their high school presentations. What else? I could turn myself into a statue, perhaps, temporarily, so that I could disguise myself from people chasing me. Or I could turn myself into a celebrity and get free food, or in exchange for an autograph. There's so much potential. And the trade-off is never to eat Pop-Tarts. You know what? I could probably even dispute what a Pop-Tart is. A homemade Pop-Tart could have anything you want in it. I could make it a pizza Pop-Tart, or a bacon Pop-Tart. You know what? This is a very good deal. I'm pressing this button. Yes. Okay. You gain the ability to see ultraviolet light as a color, but you lose you lose you lose the ability to see the color red. So I would never be able to press a button for the rest of my life because the button's red. Nah, that sounds too complicated. Why would I possibly want to see an ultraviolet? All I can think about right now is those stains you would see at a hotel. It would make the sleep there very much impossible. I will not press the button. No, thank you. It looks like 74% of the world agrees. I'd like to know what the other 26%, what their argument is. Receive $5,000 US weekly tax-free for the rest of your life. That won't have much value very soon. But you have to live in a house with your worst phobia, and if you overcome it, will change. I think it's supposed to be, if you overcome it, apostrophe, it will change. But that aside, honestly, I think the closest thing I have to a phobia right now is to be eaten by a bear. And I don't think how... you know, that would be living there impossible. That means I have to constantly live with a bear in the house that's constantly trying to eat me. I will not survive a day in that house. I will not press that button. Not a lot of buttons are going to be pressed today. Alright, we're going to do a couple more. You have the ability to control time. There's many ways this could go possibly wrong, but we'll roll with it. But it drains your lifespan of 6 months every time you use it. Oh, jeez. Well, I guess the idea is... Okay, hear me out. I will press the button, but I will only use my ability once. So I can stop time, and then I do... I have to have this huge bucket list of all the things I'm going to do while the time is frozen. Let's see. I could travel the world, try out a bunch of food, assuming that it stays hot while time is stopped. What else can I do when the time is... Ooh! You know what? I will do it on Halloween. Then I can just grab a bunch of candy. Okay. I know. I'm in my 30s, but you know what? One piece of candy per house won't hurt. I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible Frenchman. But you get my point. Okay, I can't think of the whole list right now, but yes, I will press the button and I will save the ability for that one special occasion. Let's do this. Yes, evenly split at the end. You gain the power to hear people's thoughts, but you can only hear their negative thoughts. Yes. Sure, you can only hear the negative thoughts, but that can give you a lot of information. And if you hear nothing from that person, that means they're overly happy. That could be a red flag in some situations. But now I can hear people's honest criticisms of my artworks. If someone thinks I'm not doing a good job at work, I can hear their honest thoughts about that. There's all kinds of good uses for this. Let's do this. Mosquitoes are wiped out from Earth, but cockroaches are now double their usual size. Well, they'll be easier to spot, that's for sure. That means, and no more mosquitoes means no more malaria. Oh, but I have to think like a biologist. There's a lot of animals that depend on mosquitoes for food. Bats, for example, which are one of my favorite animals of all time. Without mosquitoes, that could cause a ecological collapse in some places. And some animals may not be able to evolve quickly enough to adapt their diet. This is a necessary evil, but I will not press this button. Sad, but true. It had to be done. Alright, I think this is a good place to stop, because even though I am pretty much over my cold, I think I still have my limit right now, and I don't want to overdo it. So I will leave this last final question for all of you, and anyone who watches this in the future. Have as many gigabytes on your phone or iPod as you desire, but your battery depletes twice as quick and cannot be recharged until after 24 hours. What will you do in this situation? Let me know in the comments. How do I end these videos again? Oh yeah, video's over now. Bye.